Good afternoon, friends and family. I'm a survivor and thriver here. Yes, I'm back. I've been gone for a while just because I've been doing some preparing, a lot of preparing for my family in these trying times. So I just wanted to share with you what's going on, what's been going on with me, and what I've been doing to prepare. All right. So let's turn around here. The first thing I'm going to show you guys is my beautiful lychee tree. If you look at this lychee tree, every bloom has been pollinated, and that's because I have my bees. My bees have pollinated every single one of these lychee plants, and they're ripening up. As you can see, they're starting to turn red. And I can't wait because these are highly regarded and highly valued fruit in the region that I live in. The next thing that I have going on here is a big bed of sweet potatoes, because sweet potatoes grow extremely well here. And so I've chosen lots of crops that grow well here in the region I live in. Okay, this is a star fruit tree, one of my 7 fruit trees. And as you can see, my front yard is looking like kind of a jungle. And it has a bunch of wildflowers growing on them. You'll see that I have a bunch of sweet bell peppers in this bed along the front of my fence line of my yard. All right. So I'm going to show you what else I have going on. At the base of this starfruit tree, I have comfrey growing here. All right. Next we have Everglades tomatoes. They grow extremely well here. They grow so well. They grow like a weed here because they originate here. As you can see, I have these small little tomatoes that's growing on them, and they grow everywhere. So I have the red variety as well as the extremely the yellow variety, which is extremely rare. This is an avocado tree here. Okay, this is the toilet paper plant that I have growing here. If you look on the side of the house, the fence line, I have yucca growing all along my fence line here, all along. And like I said, it's my garden is not manicured like people normally would, because my bees love these wildflowers, and they're busy at work making me a bunch of wildflower honey. Okay, so this is the side of my house here. As you can hear, my chickens are in the background laying my eggs. All right, to the right we have purple tree collards. As you can see, my fence is 6 feet tall, and some of my purple tree collards are taller than 6 feet, but I won't let them grow taller than that. I have a bunch of native herbs growing here as well. This is the variegated Cuban oregano plant here, and that grows like a weed. I also have extra herbs that are growing on this side here. All of my herbs, which are growing fantastically. As you can see, herbs, I have the stevia, I have oregano, I have peppermint. And look at this Malabar spinach, how it's growing. It grows so well here. And that's what I'm looking for. Crops that grow well here or are native here, which I have to do absolutely nothing to. This is the longevity spinach. I'm telling you, I just set it and forget it. All right, so I'm going to show you some more of my purple tree collards. And I've been harvesting these like crazy. And the ones that I don't cook, I dehydrate them and I make them into a powder, which I add to my recipes. All right, to get that nutrition. All right, as you can see, I have my aloe plants here. I have some on the other side as well. This is my strawberry tower. And this is one of my plants here that grows like a weed. This is called callaloo. This is used in a lot of Jamaican cuisine, and it grows like a weed, as you can see here. What I do is I let it grow as a weed. I dig it up and plant it in flower beds. And I don't like cooked spinach. Okay, here's another one of my water totes here. I don't like cooked spinach, but I will eat it raw, and that's exactly how I use that, the callaloo. These are my 2 beehives. I've added a medium box on the top of each. I've been harvesting honey from these bees, and I'm telling you, you'll see pictures. I'll leave them at this juncture or at the end of my video of the honey that I harvested from these. All right, so again, my chickens are doing extremely well. I have 14 hens and 3 roosters over here. I separated the roosters because I'm not supposed to have livestock in the area I live in. So the roosters, they crow and make too much noise. So these are going to stay in here to be harvested for meat. All right. And here's a look at my hens. They lay eggs for me every single day. I get 14 eggs a day from my 14 hens. All right. So garden beds on top of garden beds. These are my Georgia collards that I have growing here. As you can see, what I'm going to do is cut off parts of these Georgia collards, the stalks, and I'm going to plant them in here in these vacant parts of this bed, so that I will have Georgia collards growing all in this bed here. All right, so a look over here. I have moringa. I have moringa growing in these pots here for a family member of mine. All right, and this is the callaloo that I said I transplanted from the weeds in the yard into a garden bed. And see how big they grow? Look at how big the stalks grow. And they just grow extremely well and are extremely prolific. And I also have some purple tree collards that are growing here as well as longevity spinach. And this is Egyptian spinach. That's what I have going on here in my garden. I'm just expanding on what I have and growing things that grow extremely well here with little to no maintenance from me. And my plan is working out perfectly. And so what I've decided to do as well with the honey, I've been selling my honey to my coworkers, and they gladly buy my honey in the half-pint jars. Well, when I went to the store the other day, I saw that they were all out of half-pint jars. So I went to the dollar store and I got myself some sandwich Ziploc bags. So I'm going to start using that to put the honey in, because I've sold a few like that and people don't seem to care that they're in Ziploc bags. The honey is in Ziploc bags as long as they can get the honey. And from me, they're getting raw unpasteurized honey, which has a bunch of medicinal properties as well. So they don't mind, and that's my solution to the issue here. This morning I watched a video by Full Spectrum Survival, and he did a video on things that we see in the grocery stores that are lacking, and how they're replacing those things that are lacking with items that we normally don't even want to buy. All right, okay, here's a look at my aloe plants here. All right, so when I went to Home Depot the other day, I noticed that they didn't have any 5-gallon buckets. Can you believe that? This is my Okinawan spinach. Yes, friends, they didn't have any 5-gallon buckets. And when I spoke with an employee at the store, he told me that they haven't been resupplied in 2 weeks. So I'm so glad that I have 5-gallon buckets at the house. All right, so Also, I do notice that soda cans, the metal on them, the thickness of the metal cans have decreased. And I don't buy canned sodas. A friend of mine, he works at this place where they give soldiers a lot of food, you know, for their day, working at this vaccine site that he works at. And what they do is they throw away all of the canned sodas that are left over for the day. So what my friend does, he got permission and he takes the canned soda. So he gives a bunch of it to me. And what I do is I take my canned sodas and I place them in milk jugs that he also gets for free. Of course, I've noticed that things at the grocery stores, the prices have gone up, and you're buying the same product, you're getting less of it, and you're paying more money for it. All right? So I just think that it's important that we all get prepared for these tough times that are surely upon us and are gonna get even worse. These are just a few tips that I think that will work great. You know, if everybody would just, you know, consider what I'm doing and do the same thing. All right. If you guys have any tips on what you're doing to prepare for, you know, what's going to come and what's happening now, please share them so that everybody in the comment section could benefit from them. All right. This right here is the Leaf of Life plant, and there are so many. Oh man, it's an awesome plant here, and I'm also growing that. So yeah, that's what I'm doing here, guys. I've been busy preparing, and I hope that everybody else is doing the same. All right. Yeah, I have this water tote here to water this side of my garden, and I have the other water tote on this side of my house that is watering all of my plants on this side of the house. All right. And I have found that these $5 18-gallon totes that I got from Walmart work great for growing plants in. And you know, hopefully, you know, you can benefit from trying it out yourself. All right. So you know how it goes, friends and family. I'm a survivor. That's me. And if you want to be like me, do everything that I'm doing plus some. All right, guys, you have a great day, and I hope all is well with everyone, and everybody's trying to do their best to make it through these trying times. All right, you have yourself a great day.